What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder in regards to Lennox Lewis. Deontay Wilder has hit back at Lennox Lewis for saying he couldn't destroy Mike Tyson. Of course, I will reference that video before, but it was about a month ago when Lennox Lewis, pretty much shot down the idea or the notion that Deontay could beat Mike Tyson, okay? And Deontay has doubled down on his bold claim that he would KO a prime Mike Tyson by saying that no old school fighter should beat a new school fighter, okay? And the 34-year-old former WBC champ boasted that he could have destroyed the boxing legend if they had met in the squared circle, okay? But Lennox Lewis, of course, slammed Wilder for bragging about the idea of knocking out a young Tyson. When KO artist Wilder was asked about the Brit boxing's legend's response, he explained why Tyson wouldn't stand a chance against him. He says, "My hand speed, I'm too long, I'm too tall, my athleticism, my footwork, all that gives me an advantage. It plays a big part," the Bronze Bomber told ESPN News. He says, "No disrespect to Mike Tyson in his era. He was the best, but this is a new era. No old school fighter should beat a new school fighter. Look at the technology we have. No one has a natural killer instinct as I do. Ain't nobody could ever knock me out. I'm very confident in what I say, and I speak what I do." Wow. The Bronze Bomber explained, "Me versus Tyson in '86, I'd kick the hell out of that guy. Listen, I've got to keep it real. I know people always go back to the old school or look at the new school, and there's no school where I'm not number one on this planet." Okay. Tyson initially responded to Wilder's claim by dismissing his prediction for the fight between the two destructive punchers. However, the 54-year-old boxing legend has since spoken in broken silence and properly responded to Wilder over his comments. Okay, so of course, Mike Tyson said he would beat him now with 6 weeks or with proper training. So let me go back and counterpunch something. I know what Deontay Wilder's saying. I know what he meant by what he said. And Mike Tyson has said a similar thing by, if you're at one school, you're at a one era. And the newer era, they supposed to do better because we evolve over time. So we supposed to evolve to get better. Okay, so Mike Tyson has said exactly what Deontay Wilder philosophy is when it comes to old school fighters. So he's like, hey, I'm fighting now. So Mike Tyson was fighting 35 years ago, in his prime. So I would beat him because I'm a new school fighter. Okay, I get that. I just don't agree with it. Why? Because I think he stepped on himself a little bit because he said that, hey, look at the technology we have. Then he says, naturally, I'm gifted, and I'm thinking, well, does the technology affect what you naturally can do? Because one thing about Mike Tyson, what he can naturally do, he didn't need any type of, technology to just put someone to his knees. Okay. And, he said, like, look at the technology we have. Nobody has a natural killer instinct as I do. Well, killer instinct, versus someone like Tyson that threw body punches, that went to the head, to the body, that used body movement, upper body movement, head, head movement, and he says his footwork. Wilder is not a slow fighter, but his footwork, I think what the thing that bothers me about Wilder is it's not his footwork. More likely, it's his lack of desire to want to learn or want to practice the things he might have learned. I don't know what the man has learned or not. I just know what Deontay Wilder said in interviews. And he said that he didn't do a lot of stuff that boxers do. If you don't do a lot of stuff that boxers do, you won't get the results that boxers have, and you sure in hell won't practice what you didn't practice or you didn't even learn or refuse to learn in training. Okay, if you got away with a lot because you have devastating one-punch knockout power, okay, that's what you did. You know, all these attributes you say you have, you're too long, too tall. Okay, you mean you have the height, you have the reach. Okay, but someone that's shorter, when was the last time you seen, again, someone he's fought that short, 5'9", 5'10", like Tyson, that's coming towards you with, you know, with head movement, with upper body movement, okay, ripping uppercuts, punches to the body, okay? Look what Tyson Fury did to him with a body punch. He fell down, okay? He is lean, okay, so that could be good for him in a fight, but throwing one punch at Mike Tyson is not going to do it, especially with a guy with head movement. What was the last guy he fought with head movement? It wasn't Luis Ortiz. It was Tyson Fury. And a guy that got off the couch a year before, been around 3 years, not fighting, 400 pounds, lost a gang of weight, gave him fits because the right hand that he was throwing, he could not land. Why? Because the herky-jerky defense of Tyson Fury. Now, does Mike Tyson have that same type of defense? No, he doesn't. But he does have a head movement. And someone with head movement, it shows, will give Wilder problems. Okay, so Wilder saying, hey, my footwork, I'm long, I'm tall, I have the reach, but you don't throw enough punches, I don't think, to keep Mike Tyson off of him. Now, if he could hit Tyson with a right hand, if he could time that right hand like he did Arthur Spilka, because how tall is Spilka? Spilka was, what, 6 foot, 6'1"? He might could get him out of there like that, maybe. You know what I mean? But with fighting someone like Tyson, someone's going to crowd you, get in there and beat you up, rough you up, punch you to the body, you know. And he has a inside game, which I don't see, and I have never saw Deontay Wilder with an inside game. He throws that jab, right hand, jab, right hand. You know, he prones with his jab because he's looking for that one big punch. Okay, it's basic. It had helped him thus far, you know, up until February 22nd. But you know, it's got him a long way. But for him still thinking that he could do that to Mike Tyson after taking the beating he took from Tyson Fury, I think he should humble himself some and think about what he's really saying. Because Tyson Fury just decided, hey, let me just go in there and fight this dude, right? And use what I've learned because I feel and I believe, that's most importantly, I believe I can hurt Deontay Wilder. And he believed it because he saw it, because he hurt Deontay Wilder in the 12th round of their first fight. The legs don't lie, people. Wilder buckled then. I'm not saying he's not tough. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he can be hurt. Okay? He can be hurt, he can be wobbled, he can be knocked down, and he can be stopped. Okay? So fighting someone like Mike Tyson, shooting back at what Lennox Lewis was saying, you know, I have to go with Lennox Lewis on that. You can't talk about a fighter that you've never fought. All right, you know, I can understand if he did fight a guy that had a similar style. And then you can compare, like, okay, well, he fought this guy and that guy fights like Mike Tyson. So, he took that dude out. Okay, you might have something. But to say, hey, what I've done to a fighter with a style that I've never fought just because I'm soaring with confidence, with no evidence, that's the problem. Okay? That's the problem with that. And I don't know how Wilder's going to perform in the third fight. I don't know how he's going to do in the third Fury fight. But I know one thing, fighting someone like Mike Tyson with that tenacity, that speed, with the height. I think the height will probably be a problem because he's so damn short, you know. But again, there was no, it shows with this article that Wilder hits back at Lennox Lewis. I think he counterpunched him. I don't think he disrespected him because he knows better. And one thing you did not hear him say is that he would whoop a prime Lennox Lewis. You never heard him say that. I don't think he would be that disrespectful to say that, because of someone like Lennox Lewis would destroy him. You know what I mean? Look what he did to Mike, even though they say Mike was out of his prime. Okay? Fair enough. Look what he did to Holyfield. Look what he did to a lot of fighters. Lennox Lewis is not the dude to mess with. Especially, Lennox Lewis is an OG in his book, so I don't think he'd ever do that anyway. But, anyway, that's my counterpunch on Deontay Wilder hitting back at Lennox Lewis about his claims that he would beat Mike Tyson. You guys let me know what you think about his comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.